Hey, welcome back. We'll continue our conversation from today's show here online at andersoncooper.com. Today we heard cases that are still in legal limbo, and I'm certainly not a lawyer or a jury, and I'm not saying, I can't say whether people are guilty or innocent, but sometimes people are fully exonerated after spending years in prison. I want you to meet a man named Greg Taylor, who was convicted of first-degree murder in 1993, 2 years after the body of a prostitute was found near his stranded car. There was no physical evidence linking him to the deceased, but he was found guilty and spent that 17 years in prison. After getting a new trial, he was found innocent. Not just not guilty, he was found innocent. Here's the moment he got the life-changing news, courtesy of our affiliate WRAL. Watch.
Gregory F. Taylor is innocent of the charge of first-degree murder of Kevin Thomas.
I missed her marriage. I missed the birth of my grandson. And now all that's returned.
And I'm taking him home.
And Greg Taylor here. Do you want to stand up as well? Greg and his daughter are here. What was that? I mean, it's a dumb question, but what was that moment like?
You know, all that frustration and confusion of fighting my case for such a long time just evaporated in that instant. And it was just, just unbelievable, the release. I thought when I came up out of that chair in the courtroom, I could have hit the ceiling. It was just so wonderful.
17 years for a crime you didn't commit. I can't imagine what that is like every single day, being incarcerated and knowing, because in prison everyone says they're innocent, and yet in your heart you were innocent.
Yes, sir. And it leaves you asking why, and you look for a purpose and all that. And just everything that you do in prison, it's just pointless because you know that you're there for no reason at all.
Kristen, did you ever have any doubts?
No, I never had any doubts. I knew my dad before he went in, and he was, my dad, and I knew he wasn't capable of what he went to prison for.
Did people around you doubt it? Did friends of yours or people you would run into, would they look at you differently because your dad was in prison?
Absolutely. They didn't know him before, and they would just know that he was in prison for murder. So they, people that weren't my friends, obviously, they would, just assume that he was in there because he got convicted.
What do you say to Amber and Jerry and Jason, who are, worried about their own parents?
I know how hard it is, and one thing, just never losing hope means so much, and it really can mean the world. Just not losing hope and keep fighting.
Amber, is that a hard thing to not lose hope?
Not at this point. As of right now, no. I've never lost it, so it's just, I think everything's going to be okay.
You think you will?
I think so.
Yeah. For you, what was the first thing you did when you went home? Was there like a meal you wanted, or?
Well, that's funny, you try to think all those years about what it would be like, and, but it's the little things that really get you. Like the first thing I remember is using a fork.
Using a fork?
Yeah, I can't remember what I ate, but I remember using the fork, yeah.
Because
yeah.
Because you don't have forks in prison.
Right.
Because they could be used as weapons, I guess, right? We have some questions, I think, over there. Okay. Here, I'll come over here. Hello. Hey, what'd you want to ask?
I was just wondering for everybody, have there been a lot of relationships broken because other people thought that your parents were guilty and you didn't, and there was a little bit of a conflict there?
Anybody?
Fortunately for us, not so much. More on my mother's side of the family. They've kind of broken ties with a lot of family members, but that was just because they were a little paranoid about inheritance and stuff like that. But besides that, not really.
Hey, you had a question?
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Hi, Amber. I had a question for you. Was your mom initially defended by a public defender, 1, and 2, what is the status on Mr. Allen's case?
No, he wasn't a public defender. And Joseph Allen's is basically the same as my mother's right now.
Just come over here. Hey.
This is directed to the attorneys. Do you think that our judicial system is broken because of the evidence that is not being allowed to be put into the courtrooms?
Will you?
I wouldn't say it's broken. I would say that a grave injustice occurred here, and that's clear. And the evidence has since come to light and led to Ms. Smith being acquitted. So hopefully the justice system will get it right in the end.
Listen, we're out of time here online. Thanks for joining the continued conversation at AndersonCooper.com. Let us know what you think about today's show. Write your comments below. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.